you get sent to Colorado.
Yeah, Inglewood, Colorado, the first place I went. It was like a juvenile. It was like not juvenile. It was like a youth federal act. There was a lot of youngsters in there. Back then, the feds was fun. I mean, you was distracted because they had video games. We was playing video games in jail, movie theaters, popcorn, BET, Showtime. You had all cable, so you wasn't really tripping off that. You know what I'm saying? It was just, jail was fun. I was in Inglewood, Colorado for from 91 to 93, and then I got sent to Florence. Then Florence, Colorado, stayed there for not long, probably about a couple months. Then I went to Oxford, Wisconsin. I was sent there. I had too many points. Then I got sent to USP. USP stands for United States Penitentiary at Leavenworth. I went to Leavenworth. I went there for about 18 months. I got to a fight with the police, and I got sent to lockdown to USP Marion, United States Penitentiary in Marion, Illinois. And I did a program there for about 3 years, and then I got sent to Florence, Colorado.
Back to Florence? Yeah,
the Florence Penitentiary, though, this time, Florence Penitentiary. And I was there for about 18 months and got to a riot. And I got sent to Lompoc prison. And I was in Lompoc prison. They kicked all of us out. And they sent us to Victorville prison. So I stayed there in Victorville prison, and I went home from there in 2008. Florence Penitentiary was violent. I think 7 people got killed when I was there in that short time.
And why is it so active there?
It was something in the water. Everybody was crazy. They was drinking water. Then you're in Colorado, you're a mile high up in the air, so the air is thin. The oxygen in your brain is acting different, you know. And then back then, this when they had took out.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
The air has an impact on your brain?
Yeah. I mean, you got if you work out up there in Colorado, it's better for you know. If you work out, it's because the air is thin. You up a mile high. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, some people couldn't take that. I mean, they go in there, they get sick, acting crazy. Yeah, that jail was something was in the air. Everybody was crazy. The blood crip situation when you away from home, like say if you were in Terre Haute, Indiana, or Lewisburg. The Bloods and Crips are like this. Best friends. Y'all might be bunkies and cellies. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tight. You know, because it's a Cali thing. Once it passed Kansas, it's a Cali thing. Because, you know, you got USP Leavenworth, which is like a lot of Cali. Then you had Lompoc, and then, this is Leavenworth and Lompoc at the time. Then Victorville and all that came in Florence. But yeah, the further east you go, the tighter the Bloods and Crips is. But back in the backyard, then they just back at regular status.
So is that Cali car deep?
Oh yeah, it's deep. The Cali car is super deep. It's deep.
I'm trying to think like what other states could even match the Cali.
Oh well, I mean you had
probably.
No, I mean you had DC. DC has a reputation, and it don't be a whole bunch of them. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a small handful. You know, they just ignorant. You know what I'm saying? They just go. You know what I'm saying? Then you got New York, you got Louisiana, you got some dudes from Baton Rouge. You had Louisiana car, Texas car, the dirty South car was all of them together. So, you know, but you had Cali, you had the Bay, and you had LA, Dago, so it was a lot of Cali. Cali was deep.
You met one of the most famous inmates in the history of American criminal justice system when you was in Marion, I'm guessing, right?
When I was at USP Marion, you talking John Gotti?
Yes, John Gotti, right?
Yeah, I did time. We was in the same unit. We did time, I got there in 96. We was in the unit together in 97. We was in the same unit together for about 9 months.
Now, I heard some of the blacks was on his head, you know.
Nah, well, see, people got the impression that he's racist or something like that, but I mean, if he was racist, the unit that he was in was all black, just black and Mexican, so I mean, he stayed over there. He didn't want to be in the unit with those white boys, the bikers and skinheads and all them other dirty white boys, ABs, different clique, Nazi lowrider. He went over there, didn't even. So, I mean, but didn't nobody bother him over there when I was in the unit with him. It was just because you only can wreck. There's only 13 cells to a tier, so you separate it. You only come out 13 people on your tier. That's it. You go out with people on your tier, you can go lock up 13 people from downstairs come out. So, ain't too many people can get to you.
Now, he suffered a beating and I believe it was Marion. He suffered a beating.
Yeah, he did get beat. Well, so he told me that the cat stole on him. You know what I'm saying? Somebody youngster stole on him, hit him, and did it moving. You know what I'm saying? So
no big deal.
Yeah, that wasn't a big deal. You know, he knew. I mean, he said he can wrestle that youngster. You know, the guy is like 50-something years old. You know.
I heard the COs asked him, they investigated, asked him what happened, and he said he fell down.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because it was nothing. I mean, but you know, when the police see in Marion, when it's a fight and they see it, they tell you, everybody get on the floor, because whoever stands up when they open this gate, you getting the beating of your life. You know what I'm saying? You getting your ass whooped. They got sticks they got billy clubs with little balls at the end. It's called a rib separator. Ooh. They hit you in the rib with them. So, you know, yeah, when a fight go down, get on the ground. If not, you getting your ass beat up. You getting beat up. I seen him in the hole the first time. He was there when I got there. Then they brought him to our unit. And I seen him come in our unit. So he was cool with this little, not little, but he was cool with this pimp dude out of Memphis. They was tight, you know what I'm saying?
Black dude?
Yeah, it was black dude.
Okay.
There wasn't never blacks and Mexicans in our unit. Our unit was all blacks and Mexicans. So, you know.
And was he well respected, John Gotti?
I mean, yeah, he was like everybody. I mean, in that jail, there's a lot of fuck ups and assholes. So everybody got pretty much a reputation or name. Everybody gets sent there. Because you get sent out of a regular prison to a lockdown prison. Marion and Florence is, USP Marion, USP Florence are two lockdowns. It's a SHU program. So you locked up 21 hours a day and you probably wrecked 3.
And by this time, you know you're not getting out until like 2008, even though we're still in the 90s.
Right, it was 96, 97, yeah,
And
2000.
At that point, you knew.
Yeah, I ain't getting out. Yeah,
I got another damn near 10 years to do. Right? What's that like when you know I gotta sit in one of these prisons for?
You try to think about it. You try to think about it. You try to think about it. I mean, you just whatever. Because by then they had started taking stuff out. You know, so one no more PlayStation, one no more Nintendo, all that shit was gone. No more Sega Genesis, all that was gone. So.
Okay, so now by the time it's 2000, these prisons are now stripped of all the amenities, right?
And then they built new prisons. So like they had, like Terre Haute was an old jail. They had a movie theater. They had built a new Terre Haute. They had nothing in it. Just jail. No kind of nothing. You know, so no kind of movie theater. No nothing to ease your time. Nothing to make your time easier. It was just a jail. New jail, bright, and you locking it down. And it is more or less. They feel like the old jails they didn't have no control over because they were old. Now, these jails you could just lock one button, lock the whole damn jail down.
Now, do you still get to exercise and work?
Yeah, you do all that. Weights? Yeah, they never. Well, they took out some places took out the pull-up bars. Right, so they took out the pull-up bars, and people were using books and stuff to lift weights and water. You can't do that neither. The water bags, no water bags. People were living there lifting books. They were doing it.
So if you're out there lifting water, well, they'll tell you to stop.
Oh, you gotta stop that. They go bust the water bag. You can't lift no water. And once you get swole, too many people. It was too many swole dudes up in there. And the police felt intimidated. Big old black greasy motherfucker up there. You know, his shirt off, and you can't tell him cuff up. He ain't cuffing up. You know, cuff me up. And motherfucker 21-inch arms, and you got cuff me. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So they got tired of that kind of situation. So they just fuck it. We just take away the weights, all that shit. So
you finally get out. I'm sure those last few years were tough.
It was slow.
Yeah, they're slow. They got real slow, huh?
Real slow. Yeah, it was slow. Right.
And then 2008.
2008, I got out. I got out 2008.
Why did you decide to parole to the Bay Area?
To give myself a chance, because I don't want to walk. I was gone 17 years, 10 months. I don't know what was going on down here. I don't want to walk into no trap. I mean, I was just listening to the bloods that was coming into jail. How they were talking about other blood. I was like, man, it changed a lot because, you know, in the 80s, we were embracing each other. We were, you know, we was blood love. You know what I'm saying? We tried to stick together, but I guess the more we got to the millennium, closer to millennium, the further we grew apart.
And was that sort of one of the reasons why you said, man, I'm going to parole here because
right.
I don't know what I'm going to get into.
Right, I don't know what to get into. And then I got a lot of family up there, so that gave me a chance. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of strong ties up that way, so that gave me a chance. But
you got another violation.
Yeah, I got a violation. I was working and hustling and got caught up. I went and got a violation, went right back to I stayed out about 2 years.
And that was in the Bay Area?
Yeah, I was in the Bay Area. I got a violation and I went back to, I went to her loan.
And that's when you saw the 3 bunks, right?
Oh man, when I that 2 years, it had changed so much. And when I came in, I was like, oh nah. I said, man, I got to square up. I got to square up.
Got to square up.
Got to square up, man. Because if I keep committing crimes and that, I'm coming back to this shit. 3 men in the bunk. Oh man, nah, that was rough. Commissary, they didn't change the commissary. They took a lot of stuff out of the commissary.
Let me ask you this: doing that 17 years wasn't enough for you to come to that squaring up conclusion that you came up to doing after that violation?
Well, in jail, you want to think about squaring, but when I got out, no, because I went to jail when I was 19, so I felt like I missed a lot. It was like a wild dog when I got out. I was just happy. 2012 is when I got out.
And then when did you come up with the idea, I'm gonna write this book?
Well, I wrote a book in prison. My first book was called The Almighty Dollar, Athens Park. I wrote when I got out, before I got out of prison the first time, I just didn't do nothing with it. I got it, I put it in the closet. And I just put it there, and I ended up going back to jail. So when I went back, that's when I started Piru Love. I started this book, Piru Love. I wrote this one when I went back to jail. What inspired me to write that book is one of my childhood friends that got killed over here from West Side Piru, a hot dog, my homie Hot Dog. So that inspired me to write. The book is basically showing that everybody that starts in the game don't have to end in the game. Because the character in that book, he turns out to be a filmmaker. So it's just basically showing that just because you're in the game, you grew up in games, doesn't mean you have to succumb to well, he went to jail, but you don't have to die. I mean, some people make it out. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you could once upon a time gang bang and then be successful at something else.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people, especially the police, they be trying to act like once you're a gang member.
Right, like you're just gonna be a scumbag the rest of your life. Yeah, no, that's not true. I mean, in the book, it's just reflecting that, you know, his mother is pushing him away, and she's a gang member. His father is a trick, so he just want to be loved by his mother in the book. So she's steady pushing him away. So the love that he's not getting at home, he's getting it from gang members out in the street. And they trying to push him they do push him in a more positive direction. So he ended up being a filmmaker. This is Piru Love 1, and this is Piru Love 2. I have my website. You can find it on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, my own website, www.KreKrepublications.com.
Thanks for watching StreetGangs.com. Please like and share the video you just watched and leave a comment below to tell us what you think. You can also watch 2 of our previous episodes to the right. Please visit the link to our Patreon page and support our campaign. And don't forget to subscribe.